Hey everybody, Steve Spohn here with Spohn Performance, and we just wanted to give you a video tour of our Tubular K member for the 1993 to 2002 GM F-Body, Camaro and Firebird. This unit that I'm showing you here is for an LS1, LSX application. We also have them available for an LT1 and the 3.4 liter and 3.8 liter V6 engines. We also have these available with no motor mount pads. A lot of guys are sticking in conventional small blocks, big blocks, using a motor plate, so you can also get them with no motor mount pads installed. Tubular K members are made out of a combination of 1.5 and 1.25 tubing. Your front main hoop is 1.5, 120 wall DOM. If you get the chromoly version, it's 1.5, 083 wall, 4130 chromoly. Our AR mount tubes on each side, they're also 1.5, 120 or 1.5, 083 in the chromoly. And then our upright tubes, you can't really see it behind the motor mount pad. I'll come back here. Right here, the upright tube is 1.25, 120, and if you get chromoly, be 1.25, 095, 4130 tubing. Everything else on the K member is CNC laser cut from 3/16 steel. You got your top mounting pads. We have our locating pins welded in place. As you can see, we also have all the connections for the brake lines. Unlike most of our competitors, we don't tell you to just wire tie the brake lines fast wherever you can. We got a brake line mounting tab here. We got a mounting bracket for your brake line junction box here. Same thing on the other side for both sides. And on the front of the K member, this bracket here is where your brake line goes across the front of the K member. You also get all the mounting hardware. So you have all new mounting hardware to bolt your brake lines fast to the mounting tabs. We also include the mounting hardware for the K member itself, bolts in with 6 bolts, and for the motor mounts. Depending on your application, LS1, LT1, V6. But you do get all the mounting hardware you need to bolt your motor mounts to the motor mounting pads on the K member. It's one thing we wanted to go over. Some people get a little confused on that as far as the motor mount pads. So what I'm showing you here and here. If you're using block mounted motor mounts, whether they be stock, polyurethane or solid motor mounts, you do need these motor mount pads. These are what the block mounted motor mounts bolt to on the K member. As I said earlier, the reason we have these where you can get it without this mounting pad would be if you're running a motor plate across the front of the motor and you're not using any block mounted motor mounts. Those guys want to keep the mounting pads off just for additional weight savings, give them a little more room. They don't need them there because they're not going to be using them anyway. As you can see on the front of the K member, we do have the rack mounts. This one's set up for a factory rack. We also have rack mounts available for a Pinto manual rack. We also have a Pinto manual rack complete kit available. That's a 100% bolt-in installation for the 93-02 F-body, and we can set the K member up so it mounts right on there. You can see our website for additional information on all the different K members we have and rack kits, A-arms, etc. www.spohn.net. Another thing I wanted to go over, 99% of them that we sell, people are still using the block mounted motor mounts. So they come with these motor mount pads, which is why we do not have a lot of people ask us quote unquote road race version, because all of our K members are a road race version. They're built to handle that kind of abuse. Some of the other K members out there that are what they call a road race setup, they don't have the motor mount pads like we have. They actually weld a tube up with a U for the factory style motor mount bushing. We want the motor mount pad because it gives you more options for the motor mounts. If you want to run solid motor mounts, you can. You're not stuck with a bushing. But that pad does what they claim happens on their road race version, where they put additional bracing here to reinforce the side of the K member, keep it from flexing, and that's what our pad does. As you can see, the pad welds a solid weld to the front hoop, and it goes all the way back and ties onto the rear tube on the top, and the main shaft on the bottom. That is solid welded across there also. So our K members are very stiff, very sturdy. As you can see, we have gussets in place at all intersections of the tubes. Prevents any stress cracking, helps spread the load. So if you're road racing this thing, and getting off the side of the road, or you're drag racing it, your front end comes down hard, this K member is made to take that kind of abuse. Same thing here, we've got the gussets in place at all the tube intersections. Same thing on the rear. The AR mount tube intersection with your rear AR mount, we've got that fully gusseted, as you can see. I'll give you a side view here. This is your front AR mount. As you can see, that's all fully gusseted. We do make our slots longer than on the factory K member, so it gives you more adjustability for your front end alignment as well. You can see all the gussets in place at all the tube intersections. And you can see the underside of our motor mount pad, how that fully boxes off and reinforces the entire side of the K member. Again, we got brake line mount there. And this is your rear AR mount. As you can see, it's an actual complete boxed mount, fully welded inside and out. CNC laser cut and CNC formed. If you look at the top of the rear box here, you can see this is all formed out of one piece. Most of our competitors have this flat across. They give you a stack of washers to put here to make the space up. We have ours set up just like the factory K member. It's formed to fit the shape of your car. Gives you full contact across the entire surface area. It's much stronger setup. This little triangular cutout on the passenger side is for exhaust clearance. Mainly applicable on LT1 applications. You'll have no problems with your headers coming down through here. Flip it over. Take a look at the underside. And just pan around here again. This is the rear AR mounting box. Fully gusseted top and bottom. Got our motor mount pad, tying everything together, keeping it nice and strong. As you can see on the underside, we got gussets for the two intersections. Again, this is the rear AR mounting box. You can see the underside of the motor mount mounting pad, tying everything together. These are your top mounts. They're all gusseted. Brake line mount. That's a brake line mount. So that's our tubular K-member for the 4th gen F-body. Hopefully you can see the amount of design and engineering work that we put into this, as well as the build quality. I'm sure you noticed as I came in here close and you look, the quality of these welds. We have very talented welders working here. Beautiful welds. Never have to worry about any problems with the welding for any of our products. Zoom in here and you can see that's just, welding doesn't get any better than that. As I said, we do have a full assortment of K-members for different applications for the 4th gen, as well as upper and lower A-arms and a variety of different setups, as well as Pinto manual rack kits. We also have complete packages if you want to get everything at once. It'll all be made to plug and play together. So that concludes our video tour of the 4th generation F-body tubular K-member. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve Spohn, and I'll see you at the track.